Hey yo, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Wayne6578 bringing you guys a Madden 17 free tip. An offensive and defensive depth chart setup for them Pittsburgh Steelers and that steel curtain defense. I had a subscriber asked me to set the roster up, and he just wants to know how I like to roll with the Pittsburgh Steelers if I was to roll with them. Everybody know I'm a Bears fan, but I play with every team, man. And actually setting this roster up, I realized that the Pittsburgh Steelers might be the best offensive team on Madden 17. And I did not know that, man. And their defense is not that bad either. But anyway, let's go through the setup, man. This is how I like to set my roster up. I'm going to go through the offense and the defense. Now, you don't have to run it this way, but this is the way I would run the Pittsburgh Steelers roster setup if I was to play a online game ranked with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'll go through and I'll explain to you why I like to put people in certain positions. But anyway, let's roll with Big Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback, this Landry Jones, and then this Zach. Next, he should be off his suspension by now. Put the weed down, bro. Le'Veon Bell, D'Angelo Williams, which in fantasy is killing for me. David Cobb and Daryl Richardson. Fullback, I really like Roosevelt Nix, man. He's the regular starter for these guys. He has decent run blocking, and he can actually catch the ball, which I love to utilize backs out of the backfield to catch the ball for me. Then we're going to roll with David Johnson. Now, wide receivers. This is where I think the Pittsburgh Steelers can compete as far as being the best team in Madden 17. Antonio Brown, of course, you know he's a beast. He's pretty short, though, but check this guy out. He's a 98 overall. His speed is 93. And then his agility is 98. His acceleration is 93. And his awareness is 99. Check out his carrying 80. Route running 98. Catch in traffic 98. Spec catch 97. Good God almighty. And then you're going to roll with Martavius Bryant. Of course, he's suspended this year, but I like to run him at my number 2, man. This guy has a 93 speed. He has his acceleration at 93. I like to chuck up those balls to him, man. The guy is 6'4", man. He can go up there and grab that ball. Then we roll with the ex-Oakland Raider, Darius Hayward Bay, Marcus Wheaton, and Eli Rogers. So their receiving core is pretty good. I mean, look at the speed, man. You have a 93, 93, 91, 89, and 88. Man, Marcus Bryant and Antonio Brown, that combination on their field, you don't know who to go to, man. The tight end, and then this is where I used to utilize this tight end when he was with Denver, man. This guy, look at his speed. His speed is 89. So mostly, unless you're running like a dime or a quarter 137 or something like that, you come out in a regular 3-4, man, you'll have a linebacker guarding this guy, man. Most linebackers are not that fast. Although I did see Ryan Shazier on this team has a 90 speed. But anyway, Ladarius Green, his speed is 89, and it doesn't stop there, man. This guy's agility is 87, his acceleration is 91, his awareness is not that good, it's only 79. But check this out, man. His carrying is 75. His catching is 83. That's pretty good. His route running is 77. His catching traffic 77. But his spec catch is 84. So that is a perfect tight end. Maybe even a little bit more than perfect tight end for Madden 17, man. Then you got Jesse James. He's not that bad either, man. He runs an 83. His acceleration is an 84. I mean, these are some decent tight ends, man. You come out in 2 tight end set, it's a pretty good, man. His route running is horrible, atrocious, but his catching traffic is 78 and his spec catch is 75. So they have 2 really decent tight ends, man, to complement each other. And then my next tight end is going to be Grimble, which he's okay. Left tackle, I'm not going to mess with the offense. They're pretty much set. But then let's get into that defense, man. Now, this is what I saw on this team that really surprised me. I thought their secondary was not that good. In real life, their secondary is not that good. But on this game, man, if you set your rosters up right, you have a decent secondary. But anyway, let's look at their defensive line, which is not bad at all, man. Left end, you got to go with Cameron Hayward, man. Like I always say, man, for my left end, I like to have strength and power moves. Look at this guy's strength. Had a guy on my last video when I did a roster update. I was saying strength wrong. So I'm going to really enunciate for that guy. Strength. Cameron Hayward's strength is 90. To it is 91. And then I like to look at his power moves. Look at this guy's power moves. Power moves are 91, man. You gotta start him at left end, man. Like I said, he'll bust through that line and he'll destroy those running backs. He'll definitely push that tight end if he's lined up over him. Most tight ends can't block someone who has 91 power moves, at least long enough to get the pass off. And then we're gonna run with Javon Hargrave next. Go to right end, man. You got Stephon Tuitt. With this guy, I like to have speed. They're not that fast as far as on their defensive line and the options, but man, I want to go with block shed here because this is the guy that's going to be coming off of that block, getting to that quarterback. So you want finesse moves, man. He only has a 63. It's not that good. Ricardo Matthews, he's at a 59, and Claudison Lyons. So, I mean, he's the best person at this position. I like his speed. All right, now let's look at his block shed. See if he has good block shed. His block shedding is 83, so he's pretty good for that position, man. I would definitely start him there. I think that's his regular position. Definitely start him there. And then you're going to go with, like I said, Tuitt, and then Matthews, and then Lyons. Now, the defensive tackles, man, you got Daniel McCullers, Hargrave, and Walton. Now, at the number one defensive spot, man, you want strength at 88, and you want tackling. So this guy's tackling is, he has an 81. He's your number one tackler after Hayward. Hayward is the number one. You got him. It's actually third. This guy right here, Johnny Maxey. But Johnny Maxey is not as strong. So we're going to go with our number one is, we're going to go with strength. And then we're going to go with that tackling. Next, we're going to have Hargrave and then Walton. Now, left outside linebacker, man, this is the guy that's going to be covering most of your tight ends and stuff out of that. He only runs a speed of 80, which is decent. Most tight ends are not that fast unless you're playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then we're going to go with Dupree. So we want speed and we want good. Their man coverage is terrible, but you want decent man coverage if you ever run man, and you want okay zone coverage. But again, just remember, this is the guy that's going to be covering your tight end. His zone coverage is 64, and his press is only 50, but his man coverage is 51. So it's a little bit better than okay. And then you're going to go with Dupree. Now, this right here, this guy right here is a beast. This is the guy that I would use her. Your middle linebacker, Ryan Shazier, is the best, one of the best middle linebackers in the game today, man. This guy's speed is 90. That is most receivers' speed. Check this out. His acceleration is 90, so he's not just fast, man. He gets up to his top speed fast as hell. His agility is 88. Next, you want to look at his awareness. His awareness is 80, and then you want his tackling. His catching, sort of. We can look at that a little bit. 69, he's still 70, but you'll be user in that. His tackling and his hit power. His tackling is 86, and his hit power is 87. This guy is a straight up beast. Straight up and down beast. You definitely want to start that guy middle linebacker, and that's the guy I will be using whenever if I decide to play with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then you have Timmons, which is not that bad behind him, man. I mean, as far as the speed, it's a big drop off, but his acceleration is 89 and his awareness is 88. Actually, much better than Shazier's. And then you're going to go with James Harrison. James Harrison was a stud, man. I still remember him when he returned that interception in the Super Bowl against Arizona. And he returned that like 99-yarder. But, I mean, he's pretty much on his downslide. I like to put him in. I would utilize him on the goal line. I might put him on the line. But he's not that fast. And I like fast speed on defense. But good guy, man. This is probably his last year playing. He is a beast. But the right outside linebacker, we're going to go with Jarvis Jones. This is the guy that I like to blitz. So I want this guy to be decent speed, man. Good tackling. You can hit that quarterback, make him fumble. This is the guy that will be covering sometimes that slot receiver and sometimes that running back out of the backfield, man. So you want a decent speed guy. That's about it for that. You want him to have decent block shed just in case he gets caught up in the block. And I think he has decent. That's how I like to set this position up. His block shedding is 77. James Harrison block shedding is really good. And then Moats. Like I said, I like to put James Harrison. Definitely get him out there on the field in the goal line type stance type thing. He can get that block shed and get back there. But that's what I'm going to start at my right outside linebacker as far as my depth chart. And then going to the cornerbacks. Now, William Gay is the number one. I like to put him at number 2 because he's short. I always like to have the tallest and my fastest and my best jumper at my number 1 spot, just in case they have a decent receiver. So this guy's speed is 90, which is great. He can actually keep up with Shazier. Cornerback keeping up with a middle linebacker. That is crazy. But his awareness is not that good, man. But check this out. His jumping is 92. So that's great. And then you want to go with your man coverage if you decide to call man defense. I'll call a lot of man defenses. So I like man defense. The man coverage for my cornerbacks. And I set them up, like I said, based on height, speed, jumping ability, and then coverage. So if you look at his man coverage, it's 73. It's not that good, but it is better than William Gay's. And then their zone coverage is about the same. So I'm going to go with Cockwell, William Gay, Burns, Gilbert, and Golson. And then the free safeties. Now, the person starting at this safety is actually my strong safety. At free safety, I like Sean Davis here, man. I like Sean Davis here because his coverage and his speed and his awareness. His awareness is only 60, but it's decent than who I had there before. And then his actual coverage. So when you call these cover 4 plays and stuff, you want this guy back here. You want to have decent zone coverage. He has a 72. Next we have Thomas, and then we have Golden. And then this guy is actually the starting free safety in the default rosters. I put him at strong safety because I love this guy's hit power. You want speed and hit power for the strong safety. This is the guy that comes up and stops that running back, smacks him in his face, smacks those receivers coming across there, and this is your last guy, your last chance. This is the guy that last put that hit on that guy. So this guy's, check his hit power out. Did I pass it? I passed it. Not kick power. I said hit power. His hit power is 90. Mike Mitchell is a beast, man. If you get a hit stick on a running back, a good one, man, you strafe up and smack that guy, a good chance he's going to fumble that ball. So you definitely want speed, awareness, good zone coverage, and hit power for your strong safety. So we're going to go with Mike Mitchell, Sean Davis, Dangerfield, and then Gay. And then also for the kick return, how I like to set up, I gotta have Antonio Brown out there with that speed, man. 93 speed. Again, we went over this before. His acceleration and his awareness are outstanding. Then you go with Ayers and Fitzgerald Toussaint. I really don't like Fitzgerald up there, but you got to have a third person. I would alternate between Wheaton if I didn't want to go with Brown. But that's how I'm going to set up my kick return. And my punt return is the same thing. I'm going to roll with Antonio Brown. He's up there. Let's put a second player up there. Let's put Ayers up there. And those are my 2 punt returners. And then my third down back, I'm going to go with D'Angelo Williams. So that's how you like to set up that's how I like to set up the Pittsburgh Steelers depth chart setup for offense and defense. That's my Madden 17 free tip for you guys. In the comment section, if you would like me to show you how I would run with your team, just comment down there and say, hey Wayne, man, let me know how you would set up the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to Reigning Ravens 1. Or if you want to know how to set up them Atlanta Falcons, shout out to Black Chaos 7865. Alright, it's your boy Wayne6578. Thanks for watching.